Okay, good morning you guys. It is a beautiful day outside. It's actually March 1st, which I don't know the official first day of spring, but in my mind, March 1st is the official day of spring. So the perfect way, in my opinion, to commemorate the first day of spring is to start my spring house cleaning. So I'm really excited to take you guys along as I hopefully go through a whole bunch of different areas of my house and organize them and just do some serious cleaning. I am very fortunate today. My husband actually took our toddler, Carrie, with him to a work meeting, and so she's gonna be gone most of the day. So I just had the baby, who's in the background. So this should be easy. I'm hoping I get a lot done. So I'm super excited to show you guys some areas that I'm hoping I can figure out a way to look more organized. I'm hoping to figure out some systems, and I'm really excited also to show a couple areas in my house that for the first time since living here, which has been 2 years now, I have put systems in place and organizational things in place that are making the areas actually stay really nice. So I'm really excited to show those things, to share a couple of different things that have really helped me with different areas of my house that have not been organized in the past, and to show you guys some areas that need some serious organization. So let's go.
Okay, if you guys watch my cleaning videos, you know I like to start out by diffusing essential oils, which I use the Simply Earth ones. Number 2 that I'm constantly having to do all throughout the day is stoke the fire. And number 3, because I have a baby who's not always super excited about me spending the day cleaning, I have to get her content and happy first.
Okay, you guys, so the fire's built, the diffuser's on, Carrie is nursed, and it's 5 o'clock in the evening now. No, I'm teasing. Okay, so now I want to take you guys around and show you some different things. Okay, you guys, so this is Carrie's room, which I showed in my last video. Over here, this is the most practical shelf I've ever had. This is such a practical piece of furniture. It's kind of a mess right now, but it always looks really messy. So I'm hoping to clean out one of these bottom drawers so I can put all the books in the drawer maybe and have things really nicely in like baskets or something up here, so it just looks neat and tidy and not like such a mess. So that's what I'm gonna get started on.
Okay, there's been a couple of different things I've discovered that have been really helpful with keeping Carrie's room a bit more clean and organized. And one of them is that I like to keep all of her puzzles, her Play-Doh, her books, and anything else like crafty that's really messy up. And so she has to actually come and ask me before she can get that stuff down, and then I can just get one thing down at a time, and that seems to work really well. Also, I resorted back in this video, which I haven't done this in a little while, to packing up some of her toys and then waiting a month and like swapping them out with other toys so things feel kind of new. So this is kind of how everything looks when I was done going through her dresser and cleaning out some stuff, getting rid of some stuff, taking some toys back to my mom's that are actually for her house, and getting everything kind of swept and organized. And I really like that it just looks so much more clean, and still her messiest toys are ones she cannot access by herself, which is really nice.
Okay, so you guys probably know we live in about an 800 square foot house, so our house is really small. And so we've had to make do, and we have a pantry in my daughter Carrie's room, which I'm in right now. So I want to show you because I finally figured out a method that I'm really happy with, and it stayed organized, 100% organized for the last month since I've done it, which I've never been able to keep this pantry organized. So I want to show you guys real quick what it looks like. Okay, so this is the pantry. This has never been this organized before, and it's never maintained organization when I've done it. But I just went to the dollar store. The dollar store is where I buy all of my organizational stuff because it's cheap. If it ends up not working, you can get rid of it. It costs you basically no money, and it just works really, really well.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why this time this actually worked, this system, this organization. And I've organized this thing multiple times in the past and it's never stayed nice. So I think these are the reasons why it has actually stayed nice. The first thing that I did is I went through and I cleaned out everything that I don't actually need or use, or that's been in there just collecting dust that I make excuses for why I have. Got rid of all that. So all the stuff in here is now stuff I actually use. The next thing is that I went out and bought all the bins and organizational things that I needed, measured it all out to make sure that I got the right ones that would actually fit in the spaces that I had. Then I went through and labeled everything. And this is so nice because now my poor husband can actually find like the popcorn or something like that he's looking for, where before it was all just kind of stuffed together. So now, like I said, it's been over a month of this staying super organized. And whenever I go to the store, I can just open this up, look inside the clear bin, see what's missing, read right on the label what's supposed to be in the bin and isn't there, go out and buy it, and wow. It finally actually makes me happy whenever I look at it. So I know pretty much everyone enjoys a clean house, and I am definitely one of those people that really tries to keep my house somewhat clean. However, it shocks me how often I can go these long periods of time without noticing something that probably everyone that comes into my house notices that can just be really disgusting. And so one of the things I recently noticed that I was like, oh, I've got to get this clean, was the drawer underneath the stove. I've never cleaned it. I've never thought much about it before, but since spending, 5 minutes wiping it out and wiping the front down, wow, every time I open it now, I realize how dirty and disgusting it was before and how nice and neat and clean it looks now, and I really like it. The other disgusting thing that it usually takes me a little while to notice is the dishwasher. I think our water is somewhat hard and has a lot of minerals in it or something here, because the dishwasher just gets disgusting so fast. And so I scrubbed that out with some baking soda and soapy water, and it just looks so much better. The other thing that I sometimes don't notice that gets really dirty is this windowsill in the kitchen, because my daughter likes to climb up here and lean on the window to look out, so there's always messy fingerprints on it, and it's where I keep my sourdough starter, and it just gets really gross. So it feels really nice, and I notice a huge difference now having the window all clean. Over the past month or so, I've gone to several friends' houses that were just so neat and so simple and so intentional and so clean. I definitely came back home feeling a bit convicted about maybe some things I'd let go to the wayside without even realizing it. So it hasn't just been today that I've been doing kind of extra spring cleaning. I cleaned out all of my kids' clothes this past week. I went through and cleaned out all of the upstairs, our bedroom, cleaned out all of my clothes, reorganized everything, did some painting of some stains that were on our walls. And so I am just feeling overall like our house is much more clean, and I'm really enjoying that feeling. So since I was already making and cleaning up a lot of messes in the kitchen, I decided to make another mess, and that was to make some DIY shaving butter, which I didn't realize was so easy. All it was a hardened soap base, essential oils, and coconut oil and some water. It was so simple to make, and my skin was left feeling so much softer than when I use regular shaving cream or soap or conditioner to shave. So I was very impressed. You guys know I talk about Simply Earth a lot. That's where I got this recipe and all the ingredients from their subscription box that it comes every month. So I'll have a link down below if you're interested in signing up to get any of their oils or signing up for their subscription box. It's just a really fun company, and I've really enjoyed the recipes from them, and I love the fact that it's really non-toxic, which is very nice and relieving. So after that, I decided to clean out this cupboard where I keep my Tupperware. I have yet to discover a really good system that is not a lot of work with trying to keep this very organized. So I think it's mostly lack of discipline that makes me need to go back like every couple of weeks and reorganize this cupboard. I also cleaned underneath the sink and wiped down all the fronts of the cabinets. Real quick, I wanted to make a recommendation for a podcast that I've been listening to lately and have found very encouraging and very motivating. So if you're like me, I find a lot of the modern women preacher, teacher, ladies just frustrating, to say the least. I feel like a lot of their stuff is very shallow, is very ungenuine, is very like self-empowerment type of preaching, and I cannot stand it. So if you are looking for something that is deep and genuine and real, and it might not be as motivating as it is calling to kind of lay down your life for others, then I highly encourage you to listen to Elizabeth Elliot. I love her stuff. She has had a very hard life. 2 of her 3 husbands died in her lifetime. She was a missionary, and she just speaks with such love of God and such desire to follow him no matter the price. And I really love her perspective. So if you want to listen to a very encouraging, inspiring woman, and also feel encouraged in being a woman, and feel encouraged that your role matters and that it's important and that you don't have to try to be something that you're not, then I really encourage her podcast. The other thing lately I found very fun is making a whole bunch of sourdough stuff. When I first got started with sourdough this fall, I had no idea that there are so many cool things you can make with sourdough starter beyond just the circular loaves of bread, which are fabulous as well. So I made sourdough biscuits. My mom got a Mennonite sourdough recipe book, and wow, they have so many incredible sourdough recipes. So I gave my mom some of my sourdough starter, and she made sourdough waffles, she made sourdough bread, she made sourdough biscuits as well. So we've been sharing recipes and sharing starter, and it's been so fun. I haven't had to buy really any bread type things from the store since November, which is so nice, and it's definitely a hobby I'm really glad that I picked up and have been fully enjoying. So to wrap up my morning and into mid-afternoon spring clean and DIYs and everything, I finished making these biscuits, watered all the plants, and then I got a call from my husband that he was out of the meeting with Carrie and that they were at the remodel. So I headed over there for the afternoon and evening to help out on some stuff. So thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will be hopefully talking to you all next weekend. So bye.